Hi everybody, Bonnie here. I hope you guys are doing well. I do have a couple of finished things to show you today. I finished the lion out of this book right here, Zoomigurumi Favorites. Leo the Lion. Isn't he cute? It's by Amigurumi Designs. And I really liked making the lion. But the other one that I made, it didn't turn out quite like what I expected it to turn out. In case you're new, I'm working through this entire book. I'm doing every pattern twice. I'm doing one animal that looks like normal, like I did like the yellow giraffe, but then I also made a pink and turquoise giraffe. So the first one that I made is the one that I had shown you parts of probably last month or so. And I've got it all finished and I can't wait to show you. Here is the lion. It did turn out bigger than I thought. But I really liked this pattern. It's pretty simple. I think the book has it as like an intermediate, a 2-star pattern, but this, I would say it's just a 1-star, like not like it's a bad, no, like it's easy, like as in difficulty level, it goes from 1 to 3 stars, 3 being the most difficult, and this was a 2, but I think it could have been a 1. So you do have to sew on the arms, the head, the muzzle, the mane, and there are 2 parts to the ears. Inside of the ears there's a little circle piece that you sew in there. The face, those eyes are 14mm eyes, and it's just a thin brown scrap yarn that I had for the nose and the eyebrows, and just a regular scrap ball of white that I used for the muzzle. I used a 3.75 hook with this. The pattern called for a 2.5 with sport weight yarn. I don't really have a lot of sport weight yarn. I don't know if I have really much, but I used number 4 acrylic yarn. So the main yellow color is Red Heart in saffron, and then the brown and the orange, those are just scrap balls, but they're number 4 acrylic. So this pattern, when I was making it, I realized I should have turned it into a no-sew, which is, well, not a no-sew because of the ears and the mane, but a low sew. So for the second one, I did make that one low sew. I added a tail. The pattern did not have a tail. I don't know what it is with a lot of animal amigurumi patterns. They just don't include a tail. So I just attached some yarn and braided it. Really simple. I mean, lions have nice tails, so I had to give it a tail. The mane was very easy. It was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, especially attaching it. I just pinned it and then sewed it all around. I did use orange embroidery floss though. It's a lot easier to sew something on and not want all of like the big stitches, because I was sewing on orange onto yellow, so it really couldn't be camouflaged very much. Like when I sewed the arms on, that's brown on brown and you can't really tell. But I do like to have a collection of embroidery floss in all kinds of colors to help me out every once in a while. So here's my really big lion. It's stuffed pretty firm, but it would make a great toy. I think it turned out so cute. I did accidentally sew the head on a little bit crooked, so it's got some personality. He's just kind of sad looking off to the left. But there is my Leo the lion. After I finished the yellow lion, I really wasn't quite sure what colors I wanted to do for the second one, but then it was Mother's Day. And Dingo just jumped off the cat tree, if you heard that. So the girls each picked out a skein of yarn for me, and I thought, you know, they kind of go together. That's what I'm going to do the second lion out of. So one of them picked out this, the Bernat Super Value in Peony Pink. And then we've got this Bernat Super Value in Twinkle. It's got some, yeah, that's true to color right there, some pale colors in it. And then one of the girls picked out this. This is Phoenix Azalea. This is one of those hometown lion brand, hometown, right? Yeah. And it's really pretty. I thought all of these went together quite well, so I wanted to use this definitely for the mane because it is a bulkier yarn, and then these two for the body and the shirt. But it didn't quite turn out what I thought it was going to. I'll just show you. Here is my second animal. Obviously, hopefully, obviously, it's not a lion. I thought it was going to be a lion. I thought it was going to be a lion in different colors, but it did not turn out that way. So when I was making this loso, I did the arms first and then crocheted them in. I started at the bottom, crocheted them in, and then I just continued for the head. It was really easy, the stitch count. I didn't have to like really do a lot of math or anything. And then I worked up to where you insert the eyes. These are also 14mm eyes with a 3.75 hook. And I thought I would remember to finish stuffing the head, but I didn't. I think one of the girls was talking to me and I got distracted and I just closed it up. So its head is very, very squishy. The body is kind of firm, but yeah, so, and I was not gonna undo it because I really wanted to like get these lions done. So I made the ears and I put the ears on, and then they just looked really piggish to me, especially if you pinch them. The inside of the ear is impeccable in orchid, what's it called? Orchid bloom. And that's the same thing for the snout, orchid bloom. But yeah, so I'm like, well, maybe I can do a little face shaping and it'll look more like a lion. So I did do a little face shaping. This guy here has no face shaping at all. I really like how it looks without it. And then it was a little bit off. And then for a split second, I thought I was making a bear because the ears had lost their point. And I was just like, oh, I gotta finish up this bear. And I'm like, wait a minute, it's a lion. And I'm like, well, maybe if I do the snout, like more snouty, it'll look more like a lion. The pattern is great for the snout, but I did add one more row around it because you can't really well, I can tell, but you probably can't tell. The white is not quite even around it because the last row of the snout has an increase in it. So I thought I'll just crochet around one more time to give it a nice even like look, a nice finish. And it really made a difference on how far it, maybe I stuffed it too much too, but it was really protruding out, and I'm like, this looks like a pig. The pink color, the ears, the snout. So I just went with it, and I'm like, okay, I made a pig. So for the tail, I just chained, I don't even know how many, and I put 3 half double crochets in each stitch, sewed it on, and I made a pig. Now, one thing I didn't do for the lion and for this one is where the shirt is, the join, you know how you just get that look. It's just how it looks, and on the sleeves too. The pattern has you surface slip stitch right where it joins, so it would just be, you know, a nice finish. It would look neater. And I tried it with the lion and I could not do it. I even watched a couple of videos. It was not looking right, so I just left it. I think it looks fine. I mean, I don't really notice it. I'm not missing like, oh, I totally should have. No, I don't care. I don't care how that looks. I think it looks fine. So I didn't even bother trying it for this guy. Yeah, the pig. Pass the pig. Just like the game, Pass the Pigs. I love that game. So I have a pig and I have a lion this time instead of 2 lions. Oh well, I'm just going with it. You never know what's gonna happen when you start crocheting sometimes. And that's the fun part of it. Which one do you like better? I definitely like the lion better, just because it looks better. This is okay. I mean, a pig. I think you could really tell it's a pig if I wouldn't have done the snout in purple. But I wanted to take some purple from the variegated yarn of the shirt. If I would have done the snout in the same color as I did the body, or even a pink color, it would look more like a pig, but it's good enough. Maybe someone out there will love it. So, you know what happens next? Now we get to go over to my desk and pick the next one with that random spinning wheel to see what the next animal is going to be. I hope it's going to be little, like the hummingbird or something simple, because I've been crocheting a lot and I do have some more projects to show you guys that will have to wait for another time, because now we're going to go over to my desk and we are going to see what the next animal is going to be. Alright, here's our spinning wheel. Let's see what the next Zoomigurumi Favorites animal is going to be. The horse. Alright, it's the horse. If I remember correctly, the horse is got a lot of pieces. Like, it's a little complicated. Let's find the horse. There's our cute lion. There it is, Oatly the horse by Crochet by Kim. And it's cute. It's got a little belly button. Lots of pieces. So that's going to be fun. I kind of forgot there was a horse in this book. Alright, so let's go to the table of contents and get our little sticker next to it. Let's see. Oatly, where are you? I love seeing the jelly bean stickers of the ones that I've crocheted. There it is. There's Oatly. We'll put it right there. All right. Oh, let's focus. Yeah, let's focus and try to get this one done in a shorter amount of time than the lion took. So anyway, there is Oatly, the horse. Looks like fun. Bye, everybody.